Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your weekly general taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So remember, these are the general energies, trends and themes that are likely to unfold for us over the course of the week ahead. So you get one destiny card, you get direction cards to show you how to tap into that destiny energy. And then we also get the insight cards, which kind of helps us and gives us a bit of a heads up and helps us see around the corner. Now, with that said, all of these are infused and enhanced by my intuitive message. So every week I'll go into my intuition and I will ask what it is that we need to see. Sometimes it plays out like a mini movie, sometimes a thought, a word, an impression, and this always condenses down into a phrase that I give you that kind of provides a thread towards the reading as a whole. Now, with that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel and you resonate with this, hit that subscribe button. But please as well, all of you that are watching this, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. This really helps me, it really helps the channel. And as you know, Rafi is chasing that YouTube play button at this point. So I've been doing this long enough. I think I've earned my stripes to get it. Anyway, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So this week your message was, so what I actually saw was a set of balloons, and I saw somebody that was deep in prep for a party, and the message that I got from this was preparing for good times invites them in. And this is, I mean, I've definitely observed this for myself. It's like, you know, sometimes when you've got a party or an event to go to and you're really just not feeling it. And then once you start to get ready and you start thinking about it, you actually get into that jovial mindset. You start to think, yeah, actually, you know what, this could be fun. I think I'm going to enjoy myself. So the message this week is that, right? Preparing for good times invites them in. There's two things that I want to mention with this. One, when a blessing shows up for me in my life or in the life of a friend or a family, I always make them go out and celebrate, to do something to welcome in that blessing, right? When you do that, this is effectively you saying to the universe two things. One, I want more things like this to be happy and to celebrate for. And two, you are giving that blessing a space in your life because you are acknowledging it coming into your life or into your world. This is a really, really important part. So when your blessings show up, you must invite them in, right? It's kind of like, you know, when someone shows up at your house, you invite them in, right? You open the door, you invite them in. So for this, and you know, for this one, this week, preparing for good times is going to invite them in. It doesn't matter what it is that you're wanting or what it is that you're needing. This is really about being open to the fact that you know deep down that good things are showing up for you in some way, shape or form. Being open to that idea, being receptive to the idea that good things are coming to you. All right, so, okay, that card seems to want out. So our destiny energy is the gate 41 and fantasy. If you've been with me long enough or you're on any of my socials, Instagram, etc., you will have heard me say this before and you'll have seen the picture that I put up with it. And that is when you play in possibility, the possibility becomes probable, right? And so a lot of potential exists in possibility. And this idea, you know, Einstein talked about how powerful the creative imagination was. And the guy was a genius, right? And so what this tells me, the gate 48 and fantasy, it's not just about like having fantasies and being lost in that kind of world. It's about being able to build a world, an idea or a dream or a desire or whatever in that fantasy realm in order for you to bring it into actuality. This is about aligning yourself to the thing that you want through visualization effectively. So being open in your energy, really putting those good thoughts out there, those good clear intentions and vibrations around what it is that you're trying to welcome into your life. By acting as if, you know, good times are coming to you or you're preparing for good times, you are effectively pulling on that universal thread to bring good times into your world. Use it or lose it, honey, right? And this is the thing, we tend to, as human beings, we create so much that we don't want. We spend hours sometimes obsessing and stressing about things that we're not in control of. Why not spend 10 conscious minutes building something in the energy or in your mental realm that you do want? All right, like do the affirmations, do the visualizations, and I mean actually fucking do them. A lot of people say like, oh yeah, you know, I totally manifest, I totally do. And it's like, okay, how often do you do that? Oh yeah, like, you know, well, I did it like 6 weeks ago for like 2 seconds. Right, there's your problem. Okay, so this week, be intentional about it. Invite those good things in. Pull on that thread. It's kind of like babies with milk. When a baby, obviously, you know, when a woman's pregnant, like she goes through that whole period where she's producing milk anyway. But it's kind of, it's one of the reasons they had wet nurses in the old days, right? If the need is there, a woman's body will continue to produce milk. And it's the same here with the universal teat, if you like, right? You need to pull on it to signal this is what I want. So this week, pay attention, all right? Now, for how we use this, you got that Ace of Wands. Isn't that a lovely Ace of Wands? Just look at it, all right? So how we best tap into this fantasy, the Ace of Wands is a creative energy if ever I saw one. Create, use your creative power in any way, shape or form that you can tap into it. Then you've got the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. Pages and aces have very similar energy signatures. They represent new things, nascent things. They represent a root or a seed creative power. And the Page of Pentacles, and truly in this deck, is about moving towards the thing that you want with intention. And then we've got the page, the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. This is a week for us to tap into our creative power like never before. This is about building and creating your world. And two pages represents the energy of disquiet, and with the Ace of Wands, we are being encouraged to disrupt the energy, right? And when I talk about in disrupting the energy, this isn't in like a, you know, I mean, you can be a little bit of a rebel. Everybody loves a rebel. All right. But what we're talking about here is disrupting your usual status quo, breaking out of your routine to create something completely new, tapping into your own energy to move along the lines of creation to bring something new to the world, something that is going to upset the apple cart in the best kind of way. So for our insight cards, we have the lovers, with the Empress, wow, okay, and the Queen of Swords. So your Queen of Swords, very likely to be a Libra. However, she could just as easily be a very beautiful Gemini. And the reason I say that is because the Empress card is Venus. That's where I got the Libran trope from. And the Queen of Swords, whenever the Queen of Swords falls with the Empress, you're looking at somebody, in fact, with any court card, you're looking at somebody that is truly very beautiful or very striking to look at. With the Lovers card here, which is ruled by Gemini, it's a potential that you're dealing with either a very beautiful woman or a very beautiful Gemini. And this will be somebody who has an absolute zest for life, that has a creative well that they draw from with every second of every day. It's almost like the universe is sending you somebody who lives in their creative power and their truth in order to remind you that you have that same faculty at your disposal. So I love this. Now, on the wider world stage, this does suggest that we are going to see, the way that I see this happening, I would not be surprised if we see somebody come out of the closet. And it's probably going to be a woman, and they're going to announce that they are dating another woman. And just as much as people might be surprised at who it is that comes out, I think they might be just as surprised at who they are dating, because that person will be coming out at the same time. It's like a double outing in some way, shape or form. So that's the wider world stage. On a more personal level, especially with this and the energy of disquiet and disruption. So again, right, like there's this whole idea that something is coming out or coming to the light of day. What this also suggests, because the Empress is also the environment as well, and with the Lovers being choice and the Queen of Swords here, this is a collective choice that's made around some kind of environmental issue. And when it comes to the Four, I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with what the result is. So all in all, this looks like a fantastic week, a fantastical week, I guess. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this unfolds, and I look forward to all of your comments in the comment section. I love seeing you guys there and seeing all the articles and things that you guys send me when you're like, oh, you talked about this and it's happening on the wider world stage, or this is how this has shown up. I love those moments. I love those validations. Yes, it makes me feel good to see it, but more importantly, it reminds me, and it reminds all of us, that tarot, the work is real, right? Take me out of the equation. It reminds us that these arts absolutely can foretell future events, and I'll fight anybody on that. There are some really wonderful, well-known people that disagree with me on that, and I will debate it out with them until the day I die. I have seen tarot, and not just by me, I have seen tarot predict the future time and time again. I have seen astrology predict the future time and time again. I have seen numerology predict the future time and time again. These are oracular arts by their very nature, which means they can, and they very often do, foretell future events. All right, anyway, soapbox moment over. You know Raffi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonated, hit that subscribe button. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know that Raffi loves you. With that said, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.